it through 3 hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, the madness has started already. Even before we start the show, the after show has gone into hyperdrive over here with Jim and Michelle, and I don't know what I'm doing here because you guys got this.
Jim and Michelle.
Hey, guys.
Jim and Michelle and Kitty, actually.
Yeah, we have a visitor.
We have a quiet Kitty, hopefully, in the studio today.
Keep that kitty quiet. That's right. That's right. That's why they made Croaker sex.
What?
And
we didn't even practice.
You guys don't know what a croaker sack is.
We will in a minute. What is it?
A croaker sack is a burlap bag, and in the South we call them croaker sacks because that's what we used to put our frogs in when we went frog grabbing.
Okay.
So it's called a croaker sack.
A croaker sack.
Okay. Got it.
See, I thought it was something
That's
at
right.
the grocery stores up here in the north that you go to and you put your groceries
That's a
in
Kroger
sack. Yeah. It's a little different.
Holy smoke.
What a reach.
See, so there were a few people that actually knew what I was talking about when I said a croaker sack.
There you go.
How about that? Burlap bag. And we'll just eliminate the whole idea of why we would need one of those with a cat that's making too much noise. but it does involve a rowboat. Oh! I guess we just lost some of our listeners right there.
You go. Oh, we got a PETA lawyer on line 3.
Aren't all lawyers PETAs?
Yeah, you swap out the first vowel, sure.
That's right. Exactly.
Absolutely.
I'm going down to Kroger with my sack and getting some hummus. I'll be back.
Wait, that stuff's got listeria in it now. We just threw some away last night. Yeah, no, they had the recall on that stuff. Man. And we had the brand that's supposed to be the problem and go, oh, man, I like that stuff. But, listeria is kind of one of those, it'll kill you. We don't want to do that.
Yeah, good thing to
There you
avoid.
go.
Yeah, don't take
Other
a
than
chance.
that, it's just fine, right? I mean, come on, it's just a party. How many people are actually going to get sick on it anyway?
Yeah, I mean, the odds of you dying are slim,
It's-
so go for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You wuss. Come on. You could just die.
Yeah, that. Boy, it's good to be back home. I was out in Arizona at Gunsight last week. That was really fun.
That's what we've heard. Only heard so far, right?
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
We've just heard
One of
that.
these days we could work something out here.
It would be a blast.
We'll do the show from out there. No, but here's the thing: if we're all out there for the show, who's going to run the board? Your answer is who cares?
Yeah.
Not my problem.
Tape show.
We'll do live interviews on site.
There you go.
That's right.
On the range.
A problem to be solved later. Oh.
Okay.
So, hi, Jim, you alluded to something as we were heading into this foolishness. What is going on here?
I think Michelle is doing one of the coolest things after the after show, which would be after the after.
The after
post,
show, right?
Post after show. She's doing something really cool. I'll let you give her the details. I just thought she and I are both into charity work quite a bit, and that's probably why she works for me.
Mostly, yeah. It's because I like Tom.
But she's doing something that's close to her heart and mind, helping out vets. But this is a little bit different, and I'm going to let her tell you about it.
What are you doing, Michelle?
My husband is, of course, a licensed CCW instructor, and we have a young man in our local area here who was a vet with the Naval Services. However, he did not get injured during wartime, but he is in his 30s and had a massive stroke after some surgery for mass on the pituitary gland. And his wife is helping him rehab every day, every night. He spent months and months in the hospital in ICU. And their family is a big shooting pro-gun family. So my husband and I put together a benefit CCW class. So all of our time is volunteered. All of the guns are being given at no fee to the customers who take the class who don't have one of their own to use today during CCW. And all the funds are going to his family to help him get rehabilitated.
It's awesome.
You know I love you guys. Wow. I didn't see that one coming.
No, a great opportunity to advance what we do and help them out at a time that they just so desperately need.
You might want to, Michelle, give folks a little bit of a background of your family. You've got a pretty good connection to the military.
Yeah, we do. I get a little teary with it, but yes, of course, on my family side, my grandfathers were military vets who dealt with a lot of survival guilt from the war, and lost him just a few years ago. And one of the last holidays was spent, my son was young at the time, 10, 12 years old. He was able to sit at the table, and my grandfather shared stories that we had never heard with my son, and which was fascinating. So he's got a lot of history. My father-in-law, my husband, and now currently my son have all served and are currently serving in our military. Big connections, lots of family, lots of extended family that are still very close friends. You know, you get into these units and it's a brotherhood like no other brotherhood ever. So
it's your immediate family, and then it's your family that extends out beyond your immediate family.
Absolutely. We stay in touch with several of them, dear friends.
That is so cool. Good on you guys. That is just terrific, and I get it. You know, it's one of those deals that we can't do everything, but we can do something. And sometimes the something is enough. At least you add up a lot of little somethings, it becomes, a bigger thing.
There's no doubt that the costliness of the endeavor, I mean, he's already maxed out his insurance benefits, and he's home, but he's not able to, get the physical therapy help that he necessarily needs. And so they have some friends that are coming in, lots of family that's coming in to make sure, one, that the wife is able to get a good night's sleep and rest so she can endure the day. But
sure, who's going to take care of the caregiver?
Exactly. Yeah. So, it's one of those things where it takes a family to help a family. And by all means, that's what we are. And they're just so young to be inflicted with this. It's just whatever we can do. You can never give enough, but it's a start.
If anybody wants to help out this young man, please contact 419-865-3839. That's Cleveland's Outdoor World, 419-865-3839. And they'll be able to help you out and send your contribution in the right direction. Thank you.
Very cool. All right, tell you what, let's good time to take a break. We'll come back and we'll talk about some hardware. We'll be right back with more of the After Show.
Pyramid Air guns make great gifts. Use the code GUNTALK at pyramidair.com to get 10% off your order. Choose from thousands of air guns for the hunter or shooter in your life. Air guns can be used in basements, backyards, practically anywhere. Pyramid Air has everything from pistols and rifles to ammo and targets. Visit pyramidair.com and enter GUNTALK at checkout for 10% off today.
In the war on terror, fighting crime in the streets, in competition and homes around the world, one name in firearms stands out: Sig Sauer. Our pistols and rifles are renowned for their unfailing performance. This same commitment to excellence can be found in our line of SigTac accessories and the training offered by the Sig Sauer Academy. For unmatched quality, reliability, and innovation when it counts, choose Sig Sauer. Visit sigsauer.com today.
Want your next gun purchase to be fast and hassle-free? Well, at galleryofguns.com, you can search through thousands of models from our huge firearms inventory. Find a great offer from a local dealer that includes all fees and taxes. And there's no need to arrange a transfer. Gallery of Guns takes a small deposit on your credit card, and your gun will be at your chosen dealer in as little as 48 hours. Plus, your gun will be covered by our guaranteed lifetime replacement warranty. Galleryofguns.com. Search, find, buy. It really is just that easy.
All right, we're back, and it is, of course, the After Show, talking about some serious stuff and helping each other out. It's that time of year. We help as many people as we can. We help those who can't help themselves. And, Michelle, good for you. And, Jim, I know you do a lot of that yourself. You pull together your crazy group of musicians and shooter friends and everything else and do stuff. It's one of those deals of, I've talked about this for years. We, in our world, gun owners, shooters, competitors, hunters, we share a bond, and we can pull things together. We can do benefits, and we can do fundraisers. And I would like to see us do more of that. And, of course, from my standpoint, being a media guy, I'd like to see us get credit for doing it as well, because through getting credit for it, number one, we can often raise more money for those who are deserving, but also we can show the community at large that we are the good guys and the good gals who are part of their community. Don't you find that sometimes the active shooting community, the competitors, shooters, hunters, tend to be just a little bit invisible to the general public?
I think shooting folks in general are a cut above, actually. And they do go.
That goes without saying, because we're part of it, so we are a cut above, without a doubt.
No, I mean, look at the way. I mean, you've been around shooting kids. Those two young gals that we interviewed at the NRA show. I'm drawing a blank on their
Williams
name.
sisters.
Yeah, I mean, they're 12 and 13 years old or something. Yeah, and they're polite and well spoken and just respectful and stuff like that. And you see that throughout the shooting community. Now, do we have a couple idiots like any group? I'm sure we do.
There's a bell curve and everything. Sure,
but overall, I think we're a cut above, and I think a lot of that just gets dismissed, and we don't brag about it, and we don't go looking for the credit for it because it's just not our style.
We don't, and I've said this before, we don't require the validation of others in most things, which makes us not as much joiners. And not seeking, we're all in this together, kind of I want to make sure that I'm okay, therefore I'm going to surround myself with others
who tell me I'm okay.
Yeah. It makes it hard for us to get our people involved in things sometimes because we generally aren't as much joiners.
Well, I think part of it, too, is the fact that we're often looked upon as being, I don't know, a tumor for some aspects. I mean, we're pro-gun people and gun-toting people, if that's how they want to, describe us. But, I think we just tend to do the good because the shooting world, like the military, like the police, like the fire, it is a brotherhood. You're against one another when you're on the shooting line, but you're best of friends no matter what. And you can't wait for those reunions to happen. But, people just don't see that positive side or see that it could even happen until they get involved. And they're like, wow, this is pretty cool. Because you get an extended family. You're competing against one another, and there's a lot of feeling and a lot of family that goes on in this community. And I think that's what we all need to focus on is there's a lot of tradition. You discussed that during the radio show, Tom. And, to be able to hand that down from generation to generation, for a lot of people, myself included, that was my motivation for voting this year. I wanted to be able to give that opportunity to my grandchildren. Who doesn't want to hand this down? It's how our country was won. War has always been a part of our country since we, were found, I guess.
Sad fact of life.
Yeah,
I mean
that is our economy standpoint. But we're responsible people, and that's what we need to portray, that we're good, responsible people.
And it's okay, I think, to do stuff that has nothing to do with guns and let people know you're a gun person.
No, it's not.
What would you come up with that idea for? We're doing a thing.
Silly man. Do something that doesn't have to do with guns.
There at least is a raffle for a gun, right?
Well, we can, we're doing a thing here in town where I didn't realize this, but I was informed that the number one needed thing by homeless people, what do you think it is?
No.
I would have thought coats in the winter, shoes. It's socks.
Yeah.
Socks.
So we're giving away 500 pair of socks to our Legion's doing this to a local. Actually, we're teaming up with another charity
cool.
gives out shoes and stuff. So we're going to do a combo thing. But we're going to be happy to let people know that we're gun people helping. It has nothing to do with guns, nothing to do with shooting. But it's gun folks that are all, because everybody that's in this particular group are pro-gun people, shooters and target shooters.
Would you like to borrow an ugly Christmas sweater with a gun on it?
If I could fit into your sweater, absolutely.
I think the other group that gets And we're way off topic of anything. I don't know where we're going with our after show.
We have no topic. We just went it's out the window.
But I think the other group of people that has this raw appearance when they're out in public and they're often looked down to is the motorcyclists. Mm-hmm. They do.
I thought you were going to say that. Yeah, the bikers.
Yep. Yeah, they do so much fundraising and charitable acts to cancer patients of the children's and Make-A-Wish, and they're constantly doing poker runs, and they're just like us. They just happen to ride a motorized bike.
Mm-hmm. They're just orthodontist in leather, what can I tell you?
Right.
Weekend warriors, too. Yeah.
I mean, there's law enforcement and doctors. There's so many groups.
You're exactly right. Exactly right. And they have this brotherhood. Now, think about this. Is there an aspect of this, of groups that are under attack or are maligned or are misrepresented and feel the need to bond together?
We're cast out by society, yet we're doing good work.
I have a name for us. People who are portrayed as deplorable.
Yeah, exactly. I've heard that somewhere.
And sometimes they all get together and actually make a change. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Fascinating.
You mean a guy with tattoos has as much to contribute as somebody who's in church every Sunday? No way.
Yeah. And the guy with tattoos may be the guy in church. So, it's...
Yep.
It's always interesting. I mean, talk about changing environment. Tattoos don't mean anything.
Yep.
It's just anymore. It's just everybody's got them. If they don't have them, they're thinking about it. It's kind of interesting. So it's kind of like it's a nothing burger anymore in terms of how you can't draw any conclusions or even inferences about someone from the fact that he or she has tattoos.
Right. You hear this, Tom? Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the sound of my extra broad tip Sharpie. Michelle will be leaving with a tattoo today.
Right.
I see. We're going to do we do instant tattoos right here.
Sure. They don't last quite as long. And
good for about 5 days, depending on how hard you scrub.
Yeah.
Although, if you get a bar of that lava soap, you can take off all the tattoo and some of your skin.
Yeah, like rejuvenation.
Nice artery, dude.
It's called exfoliation. That's what it is.
Yes, exfoliation. Get rid of those dead skin cells.
Don't you love lava soap, though? That stuff, you can take off anything with that.
That's what it's got in it, right, Pumice?
Yeah, I think that's where the deal was. Pumice, that and, was it Gojo?
Gojo. I was just going to say the orange Gojo.
Orange Gojo. Yeah.
Handy clean.
And the smell of that stuff. It's okay, here's a weird one. We actually use Gojo, the hand stuff, to clean off the bottoms of airplanes that have oiling stuff on it. Because it won't hurt the aluminum of the airplane. And you could just slop that stuff on and rub it around and then wash it off.
Huh. Well, I'm glad we had this gun conversation today. We've covered
guns. What guns? I don't know.
Charity. We've covered airplanes. We've covered.
Sure. It's just
dual
stuff.
interest.
It's living life.
That's right. We're allowed to have more than one thing.
Dueling interest, maybe.
Only if you're the pilot.
That's true. That's it.
Your plane, your rules.
So NRA memberships. That's what I'm giving away for Christmas. That's what I'm giving away for Christmas. Just those.
That's a neat idea. Yeah. I like it.
Sure, my mom will appreciate that.
Do you have many friends or people on your list who are not NRA members?
I don't have any friends at all. Nobody.
Well, there's that. So you're going to give them away to strangers.
Sure.
Tom, is it okay if I give away Jim's phone number? Anybody wants to be his friend?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, is it okay if I give away Jim?
Oh, well, no, we would miss him.
You had me at giveaway Jim, right?
We would miss him. I keep saying that to myself. We'll miss him.
Yeah, just keep repeating that.
Right. You haven't talked yourself into it yet, have you?
Oh, no. Jim knows I love him.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Lordy. So, okay, if you could just, each of you, say, I'm going to give myself one gun for Christmas. And it can be anything.
Ooh, I have to think on that one for a moment.
Yeah.
Because I already have my Ruger 327.
Oh, and you've never mentioned that before.
No. Oh, I haven't? We should talk about that pistol.
Okay, moving on to part 4 of After Show. Okay, we'll just skip 3. All right, so...
I really have to think on that. I'm not...
Would you go fancy?
No,
Would
I
you
don't
go
think I
like
would.
a
I'd
real
go.
high-end precision rifle, nice shotgun.
I don't have a
Or would it-
precision rifle. That would be the thing. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Ruger precision rifle
Yeah.
with a big old scope on it, and
That'd be pretty sweet, wouldn't it?
yeah, not that we have anything more than a 100-yard shot around here, but don't let that stop
We
you.
can
Boy,
travel.
you could probably hit it though.
we can travel. There's ranges.
Okay.
There's places.
Don't you have power lines, like long stretches of open country there?
Yeah, shoot
You know,
those
you
down.
laugh.
I'm not,
I know
I'm not
people
sure where
have-
we're going.
How do you feel dress a power
I-
line? I don't know.
I know people that have a power line on their land. It goes way through the woods. You know, they cut these strips out, and they will put targets out. I mean, you're not shooting the power lines or anything. But here's a shooting range that goes like forever.
Sure.
It's kind of cool when you think about it.
Yeah, we did the 30-06 way back in the day up northern Michigan. There's long runs. I know, is that property part of the power company, though? I'm not sure if you're trespassing or not. Don't let that stop you. But
I don't know. They end up with an easement, but you own the land. If the person who owns the land has that, so I think they've got an easement on it. Because I mean, there are down here at least there are deer stands, those boxes on towers. You know, there are on these power lines everywhere. It's like these guys have cut beautiful little cuts through the woods that the deer have to walk across. So people put their deer stands up on them.
Really?
Oh,
that's what I'm getting ready for this year. I'm going back hunting.
You going hunting? What are you going to take with you? The LCP?
Yeah, LCP. But I'm using proper ammo, so it shouldn't be an issue.
That's right. At least you can get up close.
Yeah. I'm taking the 44 mag.
Ruger?
I love that carbine. It's just so cool. It's just cool. I've had it forever, and I've had it twice.
Semi-automatic 44 Magnum Ruger. It's got to be 25 years since they've made that.
Oh yeah, and this one was made in '64, I believe. And I actually sold it back in the day when I was young for rent. Traded it to a guy. Hey, I can't pay you rent this month. Will you take this gun? Sure. About 5 years later, he called me. Hey, I'm selling that gun. I thought I'd give you first crack at it. I'm like, yes, yes.
Cool.
Nice.
I have a job now. I can eat. I'll buy the gun. So I've had it for 30 years since then, and it's just
That's
cool.
neat.
And are there better guns? Sure, but I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Better is, I mean, what is better? Does it work? Yeah. Okay, then it works. That's all that matters. It's basically an on-off switch. Will it do what I want it to do?
Yeah.
And then you got the added value of, and I have history with it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty sweet.
Absolutely. No, I probably won't see a deer, but that's cool.
Doesn't matter. It's not about having the deer.
Just catching a nap, Jim.
Can you have a CPAP out in the woods? Will they hear that?
The extension cord kind of gives you away sometimes, but you can find your way home.
That's true.
And the fact that he's got a little generator going next to him to run that, I don't know why he didn't see any deer.
Some of these tree stands and tree houses are about that elaborate.
Oh, yeah. I was telling her a
Tree condos.
Yeah.
I was telling Michelle a tree stand story before we went to air. Real quick, I'll give it to you. Last year, we had a guy illegally hunting our land. So I was walking the property, and I saw the tree stand and went back and got a paper and pencil and Ziploc bag and tie-wrapped, zip-tied onto the stand saying, you're illegally hunting on private property. You have 3 days to remove your stand. And I went back in 4 days, and the stand was still there. So I left the note, and I just took the lower portion. I took the latter part with me. So he will come back someday, am I thinking, and see the upper portion still up there.
He took the latter part, so he can't get up to his stand to retrieve it now.
Absolutely. He had his opportunity.
Okay.
Or she. It could have been she.
That's true. Could be.
So if you know anybody who wants to buy just a ladder,
My gosh.
the lower portion.
But you could also tell him where he can get the rest of it, right?
Yeah, I got a good lead for you.
Yeah, that's right. You might want to take a buddy with you just in case. So you guys have learned a new term today.
Yeah,
Croaker
sack. Sounds like a band name or something.
You fill it. I like
Please
that.
welcome
Fill it up full
Croaker
of-
sack.
Is that a scream
Fill it
band?
full of bullfrogs. So you put bullfrogs in there.
I like
There you
it.
go. Croaker sack. You also have heard it called a toad sack, which would be the same thing.
Yeah, now that I probably could have figured out.
Toad sack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but croaker is more obtuse,
Sure.
Oh, something like that. No, I'm obtuse. It's oblique or something. I don't know what it is.
One of those geometrical.
I don't know. It's something there. I failed geometry twice. What can I tell you?
Well, I tell my daughter she should learn something every day like I do, and now I can actually say, hey, I've been enlightened by Tom again. Go get me a croaker sack.
Once more, we have acquired useless information. Yeah.
Can you use that in a sentence? Yes.
That's right.
I'm going to win big money on a trivia show one day because of that. I'm counting on it.
That feller was as handy as a croaker sack.
Now we're going to hear from some croaker sack coalition that is offended that we.
No, it's because somebody's going to say, "Well, I'm sorry. We have the trademark on croaker sack and you're not allowed
cease and
to use
desist,
that term."
please.
That's right. Croakersack.com.
Gosh.
Just a burn up. Okay, I got to tell you my frogging story. Grew up on the water on a lake. As a kid, we had little John boats, aluminum boats out there. And in the spring, we would go out and get frogs. But in Louisiana at the time, it was illegal to pierce the skin of a frog, so you couldn't use a gig to stick it. Mm-hmm. You had to grab it by hand.
Okay.
So we would put one kid up in the front of the boat, another one. We're talking about a little John boat with a 3-horse or a 5-horse motor. Right. We're out at night with a little bit of lousy lights we had then. And one's running the motor, and one's running it was up in the front grabbing it. I mean, we'd slip up, you'd shine the light, you'd see these eyes on the shore, and you'd ease up to the shore, and the guy in front would reach out and grab that frog because he'd be kind of frozen in the light. And you grab him, and then you put him in the croaker sack, right? And all's great unless the two eyes are not a frog.
Ooh, cottonmouth or something.
Cottonmouth. So, we're doing this one night, and my buddy David's up in front, and my buddy Bruce is in the back with me. And Dave gets up there, and he grabs this frog and then hollers, "Snake!" and throws it in the back.
Oh, thank you.
Whereupon there was nobody in the back to throw it to.
How long did that motor keep running?
I don't care. It wasn't my problem. We were up against the shore. Not my problem. I'm not going to be in the boat.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Great thing about the after show is, I don't know how many people are entertained, but at least the three of us are.
That's right. It's a good way to get rid of all those listeners that we really didn't care about, right? Because everybody's going to listen to this and go, I'm not listening to this again. Oh, these guys are crazy.
Hey, you want to get alienated? Check this out.
Do we have to go outer space to do that?
I think we have been.
To get alienated?
I think we have been.
Well, they're going to build a wall. Take care of the alienation.
That's right. Illegal.
All right, so we have mastered croaker sackery, and we have failed geometry for the third time. So I'm having flashbacks to summer school. Oh, my God.
Snake!
It was terrible.
Snake!
I didn't do well in school, but we did pretty well on the whole grabbing frogs and stuff like that. And nutria, oh, my God, big old nutria.
Nutria?
They're fun. They're like 25-pound rat.
Oh, what?
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Think of a beaver with a skinny tail. That's a nutria.
Nutria.
They're swimming around
that was an artificial
in the same lake.
Or something.
No.
25 pounds of sweetener.
We decided to go out one night, and we had our bow and arrow with our little fishing arrow. So it has a line on it, a string.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And this nutria swims by in the middle of the night, and so I shoot at this nutria and just caught it underneath the skin. And this is 25-pound rat that I am now attached to with this fishing line. And I'm pulling it back in. He is not a happy camper.
Sure.
And so, when you go to the baseball game and they hand out the little souvenir Louisville sluggers that are about 2 feet long, little baby bats? Yeah. We had one of those in the boat. So we have this 25-pound rat attached to a line next to the boat, and I have this little bitty Louisville slugger souvenir bat, and we commenced to going at it. And if we had had a video of that, we could have had 10 million views on the YouTube that did not exist at the time.
You know those lawyers we were talking about earlier?
I represent the Nutria Foundation of Louisiana.
Is that like a muskrat?
Take a muskrat and then raise it next to 3 Mile Island.
Okay.
Doing a web search for Chernobyl Nutria.
Chernobyl Nutria. Yeah, no, they're about 20, 25 pounds.
Wow.
And they are the size of a Cocker Spaniel.
Looks like a beaver. Looks like a beaver.
It is exactly the same size as a beaver, but with a skinny tail. Wow. They're just not attractive like beavers. Beavers have good PR agents, not so with the nutrias.
Yeah, I would say.
I'm going to have to come look at those pictures.
Yeah, look at this. I guess my only thing I could say with the comparison to a beaver would be, damn.
Pretty much. Oh, good. I like it. Well done. Well played.
Thank you. I'm here all week. Try the veal.
I won't be.
Tell some of your friends. He doesn't have any, you already said.
It doesn't look. It looks like a beaver and a muskrat put together.
Tip your server. Oh, wait, she left too. Oh, darn.
So,
Did you look it up? Did you Google up a nutria?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It looks like a beaver and a kind of like a woodchuck and a beaver combo.
do you ever eat any of these critters?
Yes, we have eaten nutria.
Mm-hmm.
Look, when you have Cajun spices, there's nothing you can't eat.
Changes the flavor of everything.
Oh, there you go. A
That's right.
comparison here. A picture of a groundhog next to a muskrat, next to a beaver, next to a nutria. It's actually
They've
pretty
never
cool.
been seen together either, so it kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Are they all the same thing?
Wait a minute. Nutria jambalaya. Yeah.
Okay, you'll love this. At one point, nutria are bad on the marshes, which causes a problem with the ecosystem.
Sure.
So they want to get rid of them, so they decided that we're going to market them and sell them in restaurants. But they said, but the nutria, that everybody knows what that is, so that's not going to play well. This goes back about 20 years or so. So the marketing geniuses said, we will call it swamp rabbit.
Oh, what?
Yes. Didn't go over.
You'll see, that went over much better.
Yeah, swamp rabbit. No, it's a big rat. That's what it is. Now, they don't taste bad because they eat grass out there. They eat rice and grain, and
just a rodent.
It's just a mammal. You know, it's another rodent. I've eaten groundhog. I've eaten nutria.
You think they could make artificial sweetener out of it and get a little 2-for-1 action?
He's stuck on that, isn't he?
He talks in circles.
Look
yes.
at the teeth on these guys. You got to see this, Michelle.
Well, why do you think I was whacking this guy with this little baby bat? Because I wanted my arrow back, and he wouldn't let go because I had stuck him, and he took offense to that, which I thought was kind of narrow-minded of him.
This is cool. I'm going to be researching nutria for the balance of the day.
And, of course, the boats we used leaked, so we would run them for a little while, then we'd have to go run it up on the shore, and then jump out, turn the boat over, tip all the water out, put it back in, then run real fast and see how far we could get before the boat started. When the water gets up about 2 or 3 inches up to your ankles, then the boat's kind of squishy as it turns and it's sloshing all over the place.
No bailing
and then you
buckets?
run up on the shoreline again. Yeah, we could have done that, but it's a whole lot more fun to run it wide open up on the shore and then tip it over and put it back in and go again.
Gee, I wonder why it has
come on,
holes in the bottom of it.
Yeah. I mean, we were like 10 and 12 years old at the time, something like that. So, yeah.
Good
Parents say,
times.
you guys go play. I hope you come back sometime or not.
Bring back some nutria.
These would be the same parents that when we did a 5-week vacation in Mexico, gave my brother and me machetes. Go play, have a good time. We were like 10 and 12, okay, have fun.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, that's right, There was about a 20-year period there in Mexico where they had no cactus. Got hacked down by 2 little boys with machetes.
2 little gringos.
That's right. We were just chopping on everything, man. So, it was a good way to grow up, though, I got to tell you.
Cactus shortage.
Yeah. Don't blame it on us. It was the nutrients that got them.
Those cactus-eating nutria.
That's right. Exactly right. Desert nutria. Oh, man.
Okay,
All right, so now we have covered, I don't know what we've covered, actually.
I don't think we could even recap.
I should have recorded this. This would have been a great show to actually record.
Man, I know. It's okay.
Oh, wow.
It's all in my mind somewhere. All right,
Good
Michelle,
luck.
good on you. I know you have to go and do this event.
Yep.
You are to be congratulated. This is just a wonderful thing. Seriously.
Well, yes, thank you.
You're a good girl.
We try.
I know. It's what you do. You help out. Next week, we will do this all over again and see if we can't do it correctly next time.
There's an idea.
Right.
Set a precedent, though. Yeah.
I do have to say the big congratulations really goes to my husband because it's far more of his time than mine, standing there all day.
So shout out to Chad Cleveland.
Absolutely.
Oh, what's his name?
He's a good guy. He's mine, though. He's mine.
Damn.
Well, I didn't want him, I gotta tell you that. Jeez. I mean, he's a nice guy and all, but come on.
All right.
All right. A big attaboy to all of you, okay?
All right.
Take care, buddy.
All right.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gun Dealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.